Good evening, everyone. This is Saurabh Mukherjee, co-founder of Youth for Good Governance. I welcome you all to the webinar series of Youth for Good Governance. This is a special edition of the webinar. We are conducting this webinar in context of the Youth Impact Crucible Idea Challenge 2020. Today's discussion will help provide a basic framework for the participants of the Youth Impact Crucible who will be working on the theme impacting the lives of underprivileged children in health, education, and nutrition domain. We also request our viewers to help us spreading the good word, to spread the good word regarding the idea challenge so as to maximize competition. We will thus be witness to the blooming of many new ideas aimed at the betterment of our society. It is indeed our privilege to have with us Sri Venkat Dusari. Sir, welcome to you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah. And he's a national coordinator, Youth for Seva, And as we all know that Youth for Seva is a volunteering organization that works with youth on projects for social change. Youth for Seva is present in over 25 cities across India with projects in sectors like literacy for underprivileged kids, healthcare, awareness, environment, and adding differently abled. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to extend our gratitude to you and would like to share our happiness in hosting you for this webinar. I also take the opportunity to welcome Mr. Vinay Casey to be here with us today. So before we start with today's discussion, I would just like to give you a basic framework of Youth Impact Crucible Idea Challenge 2020. We have already displayed the timeline on the screen. So 25th September 2020 would be the deadline for receiving the applications for the first round. And 2nd October, we would announce the result for the first round of applicants. So we'll be basically selecting 10 ideas from each of the themes. And on 10th October, the finalists from each of the 10 themes are supposed to submit their PPTs. And on 15th October 2020, we shall have our grand finale. And we are happy to have Mr. Suresh Prabhu, the former Union Minister, with us. And we are very, very happy to have Youth for Seva as our knowledge partner, a very, very experienced organization with a lot of experienced people who will be also guiding the participants to kind of formulate their ideas into a reality. So without further wasting any other time, we would like to hear our esteemed speaker. So today's topic is in fact a very important one, and where the privileged ones in the society have a very big role to play to think how the lives of not so privileged ones can be made better if they can contribute a little bit of their time, their passion, their energy. So these underprivileged children, who are the world's poorest children, they are living in slum areas and on the streets, lead a life where there is no money, no education, lack of sanitation facilities, food and safe drinking water, and no proper houses also for them to stay. So all this lead to a problem of child labor, child marriage, major health issues, and crime, posing a threat to urban society and development of the country. And the same condition are passed on to the coming generations of slum dwellers, making their upliftment difficult in the society. But these kids, carry a lot of dreams in their eyes, dreams bigger than the resources they have. So you all can be the one who can make sure their dreams never die. It is all about planting a dream and see the colors bloom. And I'm sure Youth for Seva have been doing this for a long time. And today we have Mr. Venkat with us to tell us more about what Youth for Seva is doing and what the expectation they have from the participants. So, sir, to start with, if you could give us an overview of Youth for Seva and a small brief about the different initiatives undertaken by the team. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Namaskaram, Saurabji. Thank you. As you mentioned, Youth for Seva 13 years ago it is started. The very purpose of the organization is promote volunteerism. And mainly, we observe that people want to volunteer. Many of us, they also start. Some of us, they go forward and they also start. But sometimes what happens, they don't get the encouragement from the other side. For example, a person wants to volunteer in a government school, but HM or teacher may not be cooperating. Then he feels, अरे चल मैं तो इतना सोच के जो समाज के लिए करने के लिए आगे आया, लेकिन I'm not getting support from them. Then he drops. That is one reason. And if we have a system in place where you can orient volunteer, where you can train the volunteer as well as the beneficiary also, because we are training volunteers, but end of the day, if the other side is no cooperation, it will not be a complete circle. So what Youth for Seva does, one side we recruit volunteers, we train them. The other side, we also talk to government school HMs, district educational officer and all. We also tell them the importance of the volunteering. So then we connect both volunteer and also the government school. And in between, our dedicated cluster coordinators are talking to the volunteer as well as the school. So that's how we can make it more sustainable. And the background of the organization is when the Youth for Seva founder, Venkatesh Murthy ji, was in America for 14 years. He was there. Oh, he used to work for a software company there. Then weekends, he used to volunteer at government library, government hospital, ISA. So what he observed there is a dedicated volunteer management coordinator, which is very interesting. And then he used to volunteer in the library, these places. Then he thought, why not this idea in India? Then when he came back to India, he started this organization. Then 13 years ago, now you mentioned that more than 25 cities and thousands of volunteers, thousands of government schools, orphanages, old age homes, slums, whatnot. Organization. As you mentioned, yes, we are there in education. And the other idea, just that I want to give only one domain that volunteer has to come and volunteer. No. You may interested in something else, I'm interested in something else. So the wide variety of activities is the beauty of the organization. You say education, environment, health, differently abled. So wide variety of activities. Somebody is interested in teaching. I'm not interested in teaching. I want to do something else. So you also have an opportunity. And that way, one thing domain wise. The other way, I stay in Konankunte. Somebody stay in Jayanagar. Somebody stay in Sikindrabad. Somebody stay in Dilshuk Nagar. You name a place, we are there. There is a government school or slum orphanage, some or the other way, we must be able to connect the volunteer, then they feel very happy. And coming to the different activities, in the education, you mentioned slum, which is very, very important. And also the NMMS is another project where you train the volunteer to teach the government school, 8th class student. Surprisingly, today, most of the government schools, they're not aware of this exam also. And it started with only 4 volunteers in one school, a volunteer called Saujanya. And then out of 4, 1 or 2 people got the scholarship then. See, when you see the success, you would like to run more miles. See, every student is getting 1,000 rupees per month for 4 years is a big deal today. And from where you started with 4 students, now you are teaching 8,000 students today. 7 years ago, 4 students, now 8,000 students. So that is what, when a volunteer see the success, he would like to walk more miles. When this happens, organizations like Youth for Seva, Youth for Good Governance, there are so many organizations. We need to train them, orient them, handhold. We should give them different kind of opportunities also. So today, see, most of the people say youth spoiled, they are not responsible. No, people should come to the organizations and see at these places. When you think positive, you will see all these great volunteers. I can say great because at this juncture, so much deviation. You say movies, you say Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. Up to what extent you will utilize, that's a different thing. In spite of so much deviation, now youth are talking about seva, volunteerism. We have good examples also. Can you influence people when somebody, your friend is asking you on Saturday, calling you, hey, can you come to this amusement park or club, whatever it is? Can you influence him to come to the Gachibowli government school, Whitefield government school? Hey, I'm volunteering here at government school. I'm teaching these guys. Why don't you join me? So the positive voice should rise. And it is good sign that youth are into volunteering. They are very much interested also. Only the thing, hand holding, nurturing their thoughts, that is very, very important. And in the slum part also, we mentioned about slum. Specifically, many organizations are doing, but I'll talk about the Youth for Seva projects also. Today, there are hundreds of slums, you know. Even in Bangalore, Hyderabad, the other places like Nalgonda, Warangal also, Vishakhapatnam, many places we are running these tuition centers. What happens in the slum, when the kid comes back from the school at 2:30, 3 o'clock, there is a possibility getting into bad hands and all, you know. Both the parents are working, auto driver or homemaker, what the homemaid or something. What happens to the kids? Then we thought of starting a tuition center in the evening hours. The idea is we will recruit a degree pursuing boy or girl from the same slum. We support them for their education, college fee and all. In turn, we'll ask them to take care of the remaining 30, 40 kids in the slum. Every day, 2 hours. Give them some good thoughts, tell them a moral story, help them getting their homework done. You need. So that way, you're impacting the slum, entire slum, not only the 40 kids. See, in the chip also we listen. Sometimes you and me, we may not share some thoughts with the parents and all, but kids definitely talk. When you say something, good thing and all, they will share with their parents for sure. So that way, there is a possibility, there are opportunities, there are also youth coming in for volunteering. So if you talk about the supporting differently abled kids, how can I do? Especially youth. Can we help them as a scribe? Or volunteering opportunity for everybody. It is not that youth who can drive and who can move around. No. Amma at the age of 50 years, she can also volunteer from. She can record a lesson for the visually impaired student. Yes, we are doing that. And there is a project like what is this? Seva Dhanya, that is Narayan Patra and all. People can put fistful of rice every day in the bag. End of the month or 2 months, you can collect those rice bags, distribute in slums and orphanages. Sitting at home, you can also volunteer. That's another volunteering opportunity here. So especially this meeting webinar, we are talking about youth. Youth, not only the regular volunteering, the sustainability when it comes, it need to be consistency. If I come for 1 day, 2 day, no use. Especially why I am emphasizing on this is compassion is very, 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 very important. Otherwise, I will work for 30 hours, 40 hours for a certificate. No. Venkatesh Murthy ji says, yes, let the volunteer initially comes to some school or orphanage and he takes selfie, that's okay. Are you there with the volunteer? Consistently, are you guiding him? So that a person who is coming for selfie should become the selfless. So from selfie to selfless, that journey need to be with the organizations like you and me. And especially, it is not just volunteering. We are actually learning life here. Many people come back and they say, Nah, I had some bad habit. Now, when I myself teaching students, we should not get into those things and all. Definitely, they have to stop. That's the beauty here. You are here to give back to the society, but society is giving back continuously to you. Most of the volunteers, see, there are dedicated volunteers. Like one volunteer, she works with Wipro. She used to bring some laddus, snacks, and all in the tiffin boxes. Surprise! One day I went to a government school, Nizampet. Why you are bringing all these things? Anna, students don't want to stay back after 4 o'clock. She is actually offering them laddus and snacks, and she made them sit and she trained. See what is required. Just that no, 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 I want to volunteer, that I came here, you should respect. No, they don't understand. They may not understand the importance of volunteering here. It is our responsibility. With the compassion only it comes. Otherwise, no, my duty is to come here weekly once for 1 hour and no, no. I was talking to that volunteer 3-4 days back. They're very happy when the people are in, some of them, those who were cracked the NMMS and all. See, it is not about the scholarship. When you are given this moral subject, everything, some of them join triple IT today. Some of them are in good colleges. Some of them are doing good jobs. They're coming back to the organization and volunteering. See, only the thing is variety of opportunities. If we talk about slum and all, poverty is there. I agree. Not today. If we talk about Vedic and all, poverty Sri Krishna का time में नहीं था क्या? Kuchela, poor man. It is going to be there, not sure. But it is not on why I am talking about that point, Krishna Kuchela, poverty and all from those times. We need not to worry about these things. We need to be here to educate the people. In the slum, some of them may not have money, but most of us, can we teach them the importance of education? Can we teach them the nutrition? Can we teach them life skills? So one thing is supporting the people, not only monetary. That is what I'm telling, poverty. I'm emphasizing on that point. So people looking for a person who can guide. For example, you can donate some money with bags, books, clothes and all, then you're gone. No use. When a signal, see, when you see some people at the signal, you give some money and all, nothing doing. If you consistently volunteer for the people like NMMS and all, it could be anything. See, we can change their lives. That is the sustainability, that is consistency. Without that consistency, we cannot see the impact. With the compassion, it need to be. So, donate time is very, very important. Especially this webinar, we are talking about youth, especially college students. You need not to donate money because you are pursuing still studies. People don't expect money from you. That's okay. Even from your pocket, you want to donate. That's great thing. But at this time, what you can do? You can donate time. That is what very, very important. See, tomorrow the students may forget XYZ organization, but they cannot forget Sauravanna, Vinayanna, because these Annas and Akkas have come to slum. They have come to government school. They taught me this spoken English. They taught me NMMS. Because of them, today I am in this position. So they want to see people, not money. They inspire from us. So this Anna working in as a software engineer all the way is coming to slum. Yes, he has gratitude. We are actually nurturing their thoughts. We'll be a role model for them. So that way, it is about slum activity, it is about education, and it could be the collecting rice. There are many activities, like I mentioned. What is this as a scribe? And can you record some lessons for the people, those who can't see? Can they prepare sapling plantation, blood donation, any activity? Sauravji, would you like to ask me any other question?
Yeah, sure. So, according to our Vedic philosophy, it's Nar Seva is Narayan Seva. So, that's a philosophy where you say serve man to serve God. And also, from our own practical experiences, we can also say that when we invest your time for any volunteering activities towards the betterment of the society, you also invest for yourself too in the same process, because when you study economics, politics, sociology without having your connect with the society, without you know that what the society is, how it is functioning, what are the problems, you cannot properly understand your subject. Your knowledge will, I think, remain as a bookish knowledge. So that is, I think, a very good way you have described how the volunteering experiences builds one's, the knowledge towards the society, one's duty towards the society, and how one should go ahead. So, sir, I have one question: is that what would be your advice to the participants who will be selecting this theme and will be submitting their ideas on this theme? So, what are the broad principles or uh, things they should keep in mind before applying to this, and what should be also their vision in the future to take these ideas forward?
See, as we discussed, the consistency matters here. If I come for the certificate, if I do it for 30, 40 hours or sometime, no. See, when you do it regularly, you will see the impact, you will see the change. Same thing, it could be anything. If you, even is spoken English also, for that matter, any training, if you do it over for some time, um, I'll share one example. See, when a student, we actually attend a zonal meeting there, and there one tuition center was running, that is by some other organization. One girl came and she hugged one volunteer and she started crying. And we asked, what happened, ma? Why are you crying? She said, Akka, 3 years ago, you taught me this training and all. I got the scholarship. Before that, I used to go for a house help in the vicinity of my slum to support my father and mother financially. They used to give me 400 rupees every day. After schools, I have to go wash some bartan saaf karna, ye pura kuch kaam tha. Then she cried and she's saying, Akka, I stopped doing that because I'm getting scholarship. See, actually, this instance motivated that volunteer to scale up this project like anything. See, you need to continue the volunteering, still you see the success. When we see happiness in the beneficiary eyes, you cannot forget that. So only suggestion is be there for a long time, focus on some subject. See, today there are more opportunities. You can contact Youth for Seva also. There are many organizations. If we want to go to some tribal area, especially at not at this juncture, but sometime later also, for an internship kind of thing for 10 days, 15 days, we can send them to tribal area. You study there. You help them. You'll understand the situation in the tribe. And when you visit a government school, that framework, what you have to think through, most of the schools today have got the computer lab, isn't it? Most of the schools, we can see them. But trained teacher is required for that. Can we volunteer for that? Initially, you train the teacher only, then you start going there. How can we make use of that uh, computer computer classroom in the school? And we need to influence. See, today, if you and me do, how many schools and how many volunteers we can influence? If there is a policy at school level, that volunteer is required, and maybe about all these scholarship schemes and all, if we can print in their own textbook itself, that helps. See, especially we are talking about college students here. I want to mention one example here. Chiguru is an activity, beautiful activity. Most of you guys know this. How come this is useful? See, always we see we are gathering around 4,000, 5,000 government school slum children, 100 to 100 buses, a big event. That is one thing. On the other hand, what is happening here? There are about 400-500 youth are engaged in this activity. What happens here? You learn to raise funds. You will improve your negotiation skills. You will be able to convince the people for a great cause. And you will learn interpersonal skills. You know how to handle people and all. So when you come out of that regular academic and all, when you come out on the ground, when you work for the society, especially for these causes, and that's what I'm telling. Spending time on this is very, very important for a long time. There are people, you believe me, that is a big event actually. Handling 5,000 people and 1,000 volunteers from different domains is not a big deal. But happy to say, entire show is managed by these college students, youth only. It is not by event management and all. How do you learn? That is what event management skills, fundraising skills, convincing skills, negotiation. There are so many things you can learn here. You're learning life here, life here. See, sometimes it is actually when you visit slum government school and all, what happens? If I am not happy for not having an iPhone or something, so after, I'm not exaggerating, people told, when you volunteer for those causes, you will actually be happy. My God, I'm really privileged. I'm really happy. Thank God. I should be happy what I am having now. Yes, Aurovji. Aurovji? Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. So, so that's a very, I think, valuable advice you have given to the students and the youth at large, and also to the participants who will be participating in this idea challenge. Also, on the same way, I would just like to ask you, uh, what do you think are the important role of the educational institutions in making their student aware, sensitized, and sympathetic towards the well-being of the vulnerable children in the society?
You mean students, institutions means higher education institutions?
Yes, higher education, even the schools also.
Okay.
Even, I think they have also a role to play to make them more empathetic towards vulnerable children in the society.
Yeah, agree. See, today the scenario is completely different. Now we are understanding the importance of volunteering. All of us need to, already Youth for Seva is working with Niti Aayog, especially the policy making and all. What is expected from the institutions? Now that it has come, it is mandatory for the students to volunteer for so many hours and all. That is very, very important. And we need to enable the institutions, means other side. See, for example, Youth for Seva is a volunteer engaging platform. Youth for Seva doesn't run any orphanage or old age home, school, nothing. Youth for Seva connects volunteer with these organizations. That way, when I say these organizations, there are hundreds of NGOs already in the society. So we also need to enable, educate those institutions also how to utilize the volunteer services. See, sometimes a volunteer is with accounts domain. He can help you. Is there a system? Can this NGO engage that volunteer for that purpose? So that way we need to educate the institutions this side, and the other side students ka school, college, school, and those managements also to encourage such kind of activities. Not just that the credit courses, that is one thing, and the other hand, giving opportunity to talk about their experience in the classroom. Announce them today. This month ka our student hero. What's wrong in that? If one of our students from this institute has done a great job, we should post it in the notice board. That's how we can inspire the other students. See, sometimes what happens when our chikappa, pedda, dodappa, our relatives, mama, friends, then they will come to know, arey, this angle is also there in this person. That's great. Always I saw only naughty boy, but he's thinking about the society. Now he's behaving responsible. Is it not a good thing? It is our responsibility. It is institutions' responsibility to promote him. So when we encourage them to do so, definitely more and more change makers will come out. That's the institution responsibility now. So give them some space for volunteer. These days, all the companies are also allowing their employees to volunteer. The same way institutions should encourage. Provide them facility. I mean, it could be talking to the organizations, like where the organizations are engaging volunteers, talking to such organizations, arranging talks by them in the institution, and not just connecting. We also need to assign a mentor from the college itself. One professor from the college, if you can assign that task, so that the mentoring can happen continuously. So institutions need to look into these kind of things to encourage people more and more to see more change makers.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. So Vinay sir, since you are here, and you have also been a part of this journey, managing a large volunteer group and motivating them to be part of the societal change. If you could also shed some light on this, like how the institutions can play a role.
Could you please come again?
Yeah, so I was just asking Vinay sir, since he's also here today, that and he has been part of a large volunteering group. So he's also experienced and he's advised on the same thing.
Yes, thanks for bringing in me,
Yes.
Saurav. Institutions, they play a very big role, major role. So any educational institution, higher educational institution for that matter, it is by default, they have a very big social obligation, social responsibility to cater to the needs of not only their students, but community at large. And that's precisely what happened at Christ University, where there's this center by name Center for Social Action, which was set up. And the duty of the Center for Social Action was not only to sensitize students as such, but make students as change agents, help students to go and help other people who are deprived of a lot of necessities. That is where, through a lot of volunteering activities, students were able to penetrate. They were able to go and teach children. And these teaching, whatever they taught to children, it was not the conventional way of teaching. They used different tools and techniques. All the academic sessions were converted into activities, and these activity-based sessions were called as like activity centers. They were smaller hubs by name activity centers, through which a lot of education was disseminated to groom the holistic personalities of children living in different localities. And also, higher educational institutions must integrate their academics with some of these community service practices. It can be through internships, it can be through service learning orientation, or it can be through even community service programs. So I'm very happy to say that even in the morning, I was discussing the same thing with our colleagues, with our superiors. Very recently, in the month of January 2020, UGC, University Grants Commission, has come out with a framework on social responsibility and community engagement to reinforce the idea of community service practice within the academics. So any higher educational institution which is going to abide by this framework, they will be getting special incentives from NAC, and NAC will be able to accredit them with greater grade points. But other than the incentives, it's, as I told you in the beginning, it's an obligation. It's mandatory for any higher education institution to go out, reach out, and serve the communities. It can be through research activities. A lot of research can be done at a lot of underprivileged communities, less privileged communities, or it can be, as Venkat sir rightly mentioned, it can be through services what students can lend by meeting them in person, talking to them, understanding their difficulties, and then having a special intervention for them. Or else, as a last resort, definitely, if you don't have anything to serve, or if you don't have any time for you to go out and reach out to this community, you can also support them through some monetary benefits, which I would call it as the last way of serving the people whom you wish to serve. Okay, so educational institutions by default, they'll have to take it up without a second thought. It's not a choice for them. It's not a choice. It's not option. It's definitely not an option, but rather a duty which higher educational institution and the administration should take this up as a major duty and comprehend with it. Thank you, Saurav. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I think today we had a great session, and we had experienced people like Venkat sir and Vinay sir showing us the margdarshan and also stating the roles and responsibilities which one should adhere to in order to understand the society better, and also in order to make others' life a better place. So just before we end, we would just like to inform out here that in the Youth Impact Crucible 2020 Challenge, besides the theme of impacting lives of the vulnerable children, we also have few other themes which they can take a note of. The first theme being the impacting the green cover of your community or education institution, and we have Vishamitra as our knowledge partner. We also have theme impacting the waste management in the community or education institution. SWMRT would be the knowledge partner for the same. And the third topic being the one we are discussing today, the impacting the lives of underprivileged children. And we are very, very happy to have Youth for Seva as our knowledge partner. And the last but not the least, a very important topic, which was even mentioned by our Prime Minister in his Independence Day speech, is the impacting menstrual hygiene in a sustainable way. So with that, we come to the end of today's session. So I once again take the opportunity to thank you, Venkat sir, and also thanks to Vinay sir. And hopefully with your support, with your margdarshan, we'll be able to take this initiative forward. And we hope to interact on this first topic in future in much detailed. And hopefully when this pandemic gets over, we get to meet each other and arrange gatherings of students where we can look forward to conduct various activities where students can actually go out in the field and be there with the society and understand the society better, and that which would help us to have a better citizen for this great nation. So thanking everyone, we would today like to end our program. See you for the next session. Thank you. Namaste.